would really, I'm just popping on here in case anybody's actually waiting. I texted Caleb and Karen and Andrew just in case. Yay, Karen's here. Is that now or was that an hour ago? Sorry about that, gang. I truly thought that I would be here in time. Poor Andrew's sleeping, waiting for me. I knocked him out, bored him to death.
It's all right.
Well, I know this looks like a well-oiled machine from the outside. It's not. And if you're joining us at all, now, just to remind you, we kind of just chit-chat and then jump on the podcast. But these are the days of our lives. All right. Well, I'm glad I titled this night that we'll run a little loose, because that's true.
It's real loose. It's all right. How's the weather up there?
It's hot.
Yeah, it's muggy here.
It's hot and gross.
Yeah.
Like, I think it wasn't the day we came home, but shortly there. I think my mom came home on Wednesday of the trip. She left. And I think she said it was hotter in Richmond than it was in Orlando.
Yeah, we had 3 days of 105, 110 heat index. We're like, we're going to drop 10 degrees. I'm like, oh, woohoo. It's still nasty.
Did you see that reel I posted of Seamus and I golfing?
Yeah.
That kid, if he learns to get that right, he's just going to be insane. I mean, that shot was a 4-iron, and I mean, 12 inches. It was just a rocket. All right. Well, let's talk about some Disney. Hey guys, and welcome to the But Mostly Disney podcast, a little bit late edition. And I'm sorry, that's my fault. I will do better next time. And here with me as also as always, my friend on the other end, Andrew.
Hello, everybody. What's going on tonight?
You need some coffee to pour?
I've got a cup right here.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
I know the feeling. Long and hot days.
Yes, long hot day.
So
on the internet.
As we always try to shoot for 7:30. Yeah, it was Karen. We were just talking before we went live about a little reel I posted of my kid hitting a golf shot, and he just started playing. This is parenting 101. I should have drug him out to the golf course more, because I love golf. I'm a terrible golfer, but I love golf. And he picked it up like 2 weeks before he left for college.
Yeah, so I've been trying to get my youngest, who's 11, to play. She took some lessons at a Top Golf. And then summer came around. She went to Top Golf summer camp, and then we didn't do anything after that. So I've been bugging her. I'm like, you're going to go back out again.
It's tough. He played, a lot of baseball, and then he was a 3-sport athlete in school. So, I mean, we didn't have a lot of free time. But Karen, how's your weather? Because it is hot here. Oh, here she go, right here. 108.
Ugh.
In Maine?
In Maine? Ugh.
It was 108. Oh my gosh. I spent all my summers as a kid in Maine up until I was like 14 or 15. And I don't remember any 108 days. Holy moly. I thought the weather was supposed to be going the other way. Have you seen Elio yet?
No, we haven't. I think we might try this weekend to go see it.
Yeah, I think we definitely are. My kid said it was amazing. Said it's really good. It's like old.
Like we talked about on the Nation call. I don't know nothing about it.
So neither do I. And that's what I think she said is the joy, is that, it really tells a great story that we're going to like. But she said that he said that the trailer is nothing like the movie. Like not even close. So it is a surprising film that we're all going to love. But I felt like at Walt's One Man's Dream, I felt like they really had a get that microphone out of my face. So I get for coming in late. It feels like a Pixar movie, right? It feels like a buddy movie. The voices are funny and cute, and it looks interesting and like a news story. So I'm really excited. Maybe that's the curse of of death of doing that. Karen, have you seen Elio yet? Oh, well, she said just go in not knowing, just enjoy, which is also fun.
Also saw where Disney's gonna go back to doing 2D movies.
Really?
Yeah, that was on ABC, I think. It was on their Facebook page or Instagram or something. I remember reading it. So they're going to go back to doing 2D drawings.
Interesting. You think just to make a change, do something different?
Probably.
What do you think about and we can just sit here and chat for a while. I don't know how that translates to audio, but look.
Whatever.
And I know Karen, I know you posted in the Facebook group about it, but or responded to my post about putting that bar in the lobby of the Floridian. How do we feel about that?
It's too hard to go up a flight of stairs to go to the bar.
Well, that's kind of so. Look, I don't drink anymore, so lounges. I'm not against them. It just doesn't. It just doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Although Jeremy Stein was telling me that at the Walulu Bar and Grill they have a non-alcoholic pina colada that he said is his favorite non-alcoholic beverage in the world. And now I feel bad. And Karen says, no. And Karen has strong opinions about the lounges. We've talked about that before. I love Oga's Cantina, right? And technically that's a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife brought up, and I hadn't thought about it, Polynesian has a bar, Contemporary has a bar, Outer Limits, and granted it's not right in the middle of the lobby, but it's in the middle of the common space, right? Maybe Tambu Lounge is a little off to the side, but it's right there where the kids are running around waiting for dinner. So there is a precedent. I just hate to cram every space full of dollar bills. I
think it's funny. We watch at Christmas time. We'll watch the second Santa Claus movie. The second or third? Third, when Martin Short becomes Santa Claus. It's all about monetizing Christmas and monetizing. I'm thinking, well, Disney should take a little bit of their own medicine in from their movies because they're everywhere they look. It's a money grab. It's like, I get it. They want to maximize their dollar, but does everything have to cost? Can't they be like perks? Annual pass holders used to have a lot of perks. Now we have very little.
Well, and if you put it in the frame, in my opinion, that, I mean, you've got to make money, right? And I can't imagine how expensive it is to run that place, right? There are costs that I can't even fathom. But what I'm wondering is, like, if they were putting in a lounge and ticket prices would go down by $2, like if it was offsetting the costs that we already have, then maybe it would be easy to, like, my town has a huge, and Charleston may be the same, huge tourist town, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So our taxes are lower than anybody else's in this area. Hey, Caleb, thanks for joining. Sorry I was late. Yes, and happy 626 day. Well, now, so Karen says, and she's right, the shooting range is gone. And Lou was talking about it last night on his live show, that it's a comforting sound, which is true. But is that a lounge or is that just like a rest area?
It's a lounge just for DVC members.
But there's no liquor in there. It's not a bar.
No, it's kind of like the annual pass lounge in Morocco.
Which I just did. It was great. I got some free mint tea.
That's from what I gathered from the video I've seen of it. Somebody posted on YouTube. It just looks like a Pioneer Hall type deal, and it's got snacks and water and air conditioning.
And I like secret cool stuff, right? I like when I started selling real estate, there were some people who got better leads than everybody else. And people complained that it was unfair. I'm like, I don't think it's unfair because I want to be the guy getting all the leads at some point in time. So I'm going to work my way into that place. So for what they spend on DVC, and I get it. There are plenty of advantages for them. I don't begrudge them a little lounge. I do hate that it's there and the shooting range is gone, which I actually quite enjoyed.
I liked it.
Yeah. And like Lou said, it is a comforting sound. It's the same with Tom Sawyer Island going. I mean, do I ride that ferry? Do I go over there that often? No, but I like walking by it. And I'll give you an example. It's not Country Bears. It's the next cut through.
Pirates cut through?
No.
Oh, you're talking about down by
there's two cut throughs from
the Tropical and I.
Right. And beside that, there's a little waterfall.
Yeah.
And I think it pretends to trickle out the other side. There's a little tiny story there. They don't need that. That doesn't make any money. And I love it. Just a little something extra, something magical that you don't need. And Disney has always been, in that extra category.
It's like when the train came back, hearing that whistle of the train is like, wow, I didn't realize I missed that till the first time I heard it when it came back.
Same with the Mark Twain.
Yeah.
I have similar problems over in Epcot. I love the learning stuff. I think it's really cool. But I like the Frozen ride and I like Guardians, right? I think I don't know how much work it would take in order to make Epcot both Guardians friendly and educational friendly, right?
Well, Communicore Hall was a great addition. They could have done something there better than a empty sitting area.
It does feel like they ran out of money, and I don't remember because I think we started going after this. So where Avatar is now and was Camp Mickey and Minnie, were those well-themed areas or were they just kind of stuck in kind of joints?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Must not have been too good because I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it wasn't too good because it didn't even last. It didn't even have a chance. The difference is with Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer, it's like 20,000 Leagues. That ride to me was magical as a kid. And even though I loved the movie, it didn't matter. But going what I thought was in a submarine and going underwater and doing all that was incredible. But man, it took up a lot of space and a lot of, it's a slow ride, slow to load, not that many people, tough to keep that in the parks. Especially with the amount of demand we have now. I thought it was cool this past week that there were a lot of characters just walking around instead of.
You don't normally see that. That's a Disneyland thing.
Right. And they were doing it a lot. Chip and Dale just walking by, stopping, hugging, talking to people. Johnny Depp. Jack Sparrow popped out and said hi to my kid. I mean, it was really cool. But it wasn't organized meet and greets, So I wonder if maybe on the East Coast we're finally learning how to behave.
I doubt that. I was watching before you called me, you text me. I was watching a video of people being arrested for fighting at Disney World.
Oh, at Disney? Well, I don't like to admit this, but since the normal crowd isn't completely here, I have kind of a body cam addiction, police body cam addiction.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that it's probably 10-1 Universal. There's a lot of trouble at Universal.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure.
It's just funny. It's funny how it was awesome, man. We had a good time. We drove down and stopped in Georgia this time, a little further than we normally go. And we got early to Typhoon Lagoon to utilize the check-in early. Yep. First day of your check-in right now if you're staying at a Disney resort, you can go to either one of the water parks for free. So we did that and it was crowded and we stayed for not very long, honestly. we popped out pretty quick, and my mom flew in. So she came with us, and we went and picked her up at the airport, which was a nightmare. And then we checked into Old Key West, and I was furious. I was in such a bad mood because I'd been trying to check in all week on the online, on the phone, on the website, and it would not work. It kept giving me goofy and an error. And so I did it the night before because I wanted. The thing about Saratoga Springs or Old Key West is it's not how we vacation, right? I like to be in a hotel. I like to go downstairs in the morning, use my resort mugs, get some coffee, come back up, maybe pop back down. You know, we get our money's worth out of those resort cups. And, you know, I wanted to be close enough to the main area that I thought I could use that, but I couldn't get my room requests. And I know they're just requests. Couldn't get those in. Couldn't put my credit card on file. I mean, it was really frustrating. Oh. And I did get on the phone and they were like, yeah, you have to do it when you get there. I'm like, well, look, I want to check in online, or can you just put me through to the front desk so I can do it through them? No, we can't do that. Why not? Well, we can't verify it's you. I'm like, okay. I was like, please understand that I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad. So I could be a total stranger online, or I could be standing in front of someone, but you can't figure out how to. So I wasn't happy. We got there. I asked the guy for a closer room. He just said no. It wasn't magical checking in. We drove, and I could not have been any further. I was literally the farthest room from the central area. But when I walked in and I saw the room and my view, all my problems washed away. Yeah. That's a great resort. And I would stay there again, no matter where. But we had an awesome view of the third green. So we got to sit out and watch golfers go by. There was a quiet pool not too far from us that was walking distance. And the room was ginormous. I mean, I would live there. I could live in that room. No problem.
It's an apartment. Yeah.
It really is. And so after that washed away, I was really pleased with what went on. And then we had dinner at Olivia's the first night, which was delicious. I had some fried chicken and gravy. That was spectacular. Seamus had pot roast. I think Kay had some salmon or something, but that was a really good restaurant. I would definitely go back there again. I enjoyed that. I've heard their breakfast is good. What do we do next? The next day we did Hollywood, and the crowds were low, but the lines were long. I think everybody was in line. Like, it didn't look terrible going through the park, but there were some long waits. Kind of did everything there. Did Indiana Jones. Even though I missed they've shortened that show. We were talking about it last night.
Like 10 minutes they've shortened it.
Yeah. And apparently that was a conscious decision. And then they got rid of the, Karen, not to bring up your lounges again. They got rid of the audience participation, doing apparently someone minor accident, total, no one's fault. And they tried to sue. And then also they kept having a problem with getting drunk people up there. So you got drunk folks wandering around. Right outside the attraction. And you've got pyrotechnics and explosions and stunts going on. So I'm bummed about that because I got to do it one time and I thought it was really fun.
Oh man, I would love to.
I did that, and I did I was on the PT boat in the Backlots tour a long time ago. So Hollywood was great. We left, took a nap. I think we came back. We did sci-fi for lunch. It was spectacular. It's one of my favorites. I don't care what anybody says. Monday, we did Epcot. Had a long, hot day over there, and that was awesome. We got on everything I think we wanted. Oh, and then Joffrey's had a challenge of getting 5 different coffee drinks, and you get a little coffee holder. Yeah. So we stopped at Joffrey's. It was dark. Into the night, got a coffee. I dropped my credit card. I saw it on the ground. I put it in my pocket. Left, went and got in line for Guardians, and realized my card was gone. My debit card was gone. My wife's like, "What is wrong with you? You're falling apart. Because I did two of these. So longer story, longer. I was able to freeze it up, and then the next day we were at Peter Pan. I was going to buy Truist and get a new card, and they called and said, "Hey, did you lose something?" And somebody found it in the park and turned it in at Boardwalk. Although then I went to Boardwalk at like midnight to get it, and they couldn't find it, and then finally they did. So that worked out great. And then I also stopped to put air in my tires and left my glasses on the air thing. Right. But they were there when I came back. So I'm hanging on by a thread, guys. You can see why I was late. So Epcot was awesome. We had lunch at Le Cellier, which was spectacular. That definitely has slid up in the ranking of places I want to eat. Seamus and I split like a 28-ounce ribeye that they put a beef tallow candle on. The fat just melts down. It is awesome. And I feel like, though, lots of stuff can happen with these things. I was pleased that I feel like you got a better chance at Disney than normal places. It's weird. I'm looking at the little comments I put up, and they used to have a bigger picture. I don't know how to change that. And then Wednesday we got up and Seamus and I played. My mom left for the airport at like 4 a.m. I taught her how to use Lyft, so I didn't have to go because I was up all night chasing my debit card. Then Seamus and I played the Palm course over at Shades of Green, and that was awesome. Huge hot day. I think I'm gonna do that video first, so that'll be out hopefully this Sunday. I think I'm back a video. It was weird. And then we kind of chilled out, went to Morimoto for ribs that night. Always a crowd pleaser. Wandered around Disney Spring, did some shopping. Kay's friend from childhood, Jill, came in. I'm surprised she's not here. She was very excited about being in videos. And so she popped in and we hung out with her. And then we did Hollywood again. And I think we got everything done there as well. Ate at Prime Time, which was also all the food seemed like it was elevated from last time I was there. Really good pot roast, really good meatloaf. The chicken was delicious.
Didn't you post y'all all got clean plate stickers?
Yeah, but I didn't. I didn't deserve mine. I left a little pot roast and a little bit of my green beans. I was full. It was a lot of food. I got the sampler platter. So you got pot roast, fried chicken, meatloaf, veggies.
Yeah, that was a lot of food.
It was, especially in the middle of the day. That was kind of crazy. And then I think, that was the day that I left to go over to Animal Kingdom to get my, because we actually didn't do a day at Animal Kingdom to get the 5th Joffrey's coffee. And I don't think I've ever been so wet in my life. Like I was standing.
That's a humidity factory in that place.
Yeah. Oh, and as I'm going through it, we did go see the new Villain show, and it's awesome.
Oh, how was it? Was it okay? Because
I really liked it.
All right.
I thought it was.
We're going to August for debating whether or not to go. So
it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, they've got a bunch of the shows. The line moved quickly. They get you in, they get you out. But it's really well done. It's great music and great characters. And they have like 3 live actors and then other people singing and having fun on the screen. It was really well done. I really liked it. And then you vote for your favorite misunderstood villain at the end. I didn't get to do the Little Mermaid show. We just kept missing it. But yeah, I was walking to the car and I'm standing there talking to my wife on the phone, little break. And I mean, it was unbelievable. And it was coming sideways. I had no raincoat. I had my camera in my pocket on my right side. And again, thanks God, literally like one little line of dry where my camera was. Cause it was just, it was unbelievable. Did that. And I think Kay and her friend stayed in the park till the end. And then we came back and met. And we were going to go see Fantasmic, but ended up skipping it. And then Friday, the last day was Magic Kingdom again. And I, like an idiot, I really thought that we had a chance to ride everything in one day. No.
Not on a Friday.
No, and it seemed like both days, it seems like Magic Kingdom goers are sleeping in late. So, you get there at 8:30 with the resort hours and maybe it's 10:15. You're like, oh man, we already got this out of the way. I rode Winnie the Pooh because that line was short, trying to get everything in. And then then everyone showed up at like 11:30. And all the lines just right to the moon. But we did stay in there till the very end. Rode Tron and then got Space Mountain in, and we were there. But I think it closed at 10, which is a bummer.
Wow, that's early.
Yeah. Wednesday was the magic hours night. So Wednesday was open till 1, but we'd already planned golf and everything else. And then Saturday got up, checked out. Kay dropped me off at Epcot. I walked through there and went and met up with the WDW gang, saw Lou and Lisa and Ray and chatted with them. If you ever have a chance, it's really a fun little afternoon. So I got to talk with them.
The first one after COVID we went to, haven't been, every time we're down, he's in Japan or California, and our schedules never mesh. So I'm gonna email him and say, hey, when's it gonna be in August?
Right.
Hopefully it's the week we're down.
I've tried that and he's never changed it for me. We were supposed to have dinner Wednesday night and then maybe do a live show together, but it just didn't work out. But if everything works out the way it's supposed to, so I tried some live streaming with my Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and it was really cool, but they overheated pretty quickly, and the battery life's not great on them. So I think I'm going to practice up on my live streaming a little bit, and we're going to Key West next month, and on the way back, I've already made a park reservation for Magic Kingdom to go watch the new nighttime parade.
When's
so
that?
The 20th, I think.
Mm.
Again, I'm not really a details guy. I did put it in my calendar so I could look at it away from now. But I'll tell you here in a sec. Not that anyone cares. Yeah, 20th of Sunday the 20th is the first night of the new parade. And unless something goes weird, I'm planning on, we'll be coming up from Key West, and then unless if the kids want to come, they can, but I'm literally going to go and just find a good spot and sit.
Well, my girls will be in St. Louis till the 21st, so I might have to make a trip to Florida.
Come on down. Come on down.
I'm not going to be able to go because I have to work I have too many people off that week, but I could leave Saturday morning and venture down and then hang out Sunday, come back Monday.
There you go. You heard it here live first. So I'm hoping I got to figure out how to do it, but I'd like to live stream it and record it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can do that at the same time. Because I noticed
there's got to be, because like Resort TV 1 and all them, they go live from the parks and it's recorded and you can go back and watch it later on.
Well, and maybe that's true. That's the thing. I know I can keep it around, but I wanted to go live and then use that footage in my YouTube videos as well. And I don't know.
I think you have to record it like they go live through YouTube.
Okay. So I know I can do that with my Osmo. This is probably really boring, but that's what happens when I'm late. I get boring.
Or if you want to, I have a gimbal I can send you. You can use your phone.
I have one.
Okay.
I do have one. It's funny. I was actually going to put it on eBay because I haven't used it in a long time. I got it for Christmas a couple years ago.
Josh uses a gimbal and a regular. I don't know. It's a Samsung phone he uses. I don't know which one, but
maybe that's what I'll do
on his tech channel.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get there early, have them both set up, and I'm just going to bring a book or a podcast and chill. Because I mean, you figure for something else, and I feel like I need to make an apology internally. It's not like I said this out loud. I feel like I'm becoming a fireworks guy. And my mom made us do it in April or March when she went with me. And I'm like, that was really cool. And then this time our friend Jill wanted to see the fireworks and we were trying to figure out how to plan it all together. And we went over 8:30-ish, maybe a little afterwards. And they were already a lot of places gone.
Oh yeah.
So, and fireworks were at 9:20. So we posted up and we were on the railroad tracks going around the hub. And I filmed the whole thing again. I don't even know why.
Like I think I'm just went for New Year's. We got a spot at 8:00 and had to wait 4 hours and there wasn't that many people there. And then about 10:30, I turned around and there was people all the way to the train station.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good to do it one time. I never want to do it again. That's claustrophobia to the max.
It was definitely me and 100,000 of my new closest friends, which is park capacity. And I think they were all in the hub. But I feel bad because there are some people and if someone's going by, just let them by. Well, why do you care? The first time we did it, this lady brought, and she was the toughest lady in the parks because she came from Casey's with a tray full of food and drinks. And I've waited tables my whole life, but I don't think I could have made it through that crowd. She was unbelievable.
Nope.
God bless her. But I had a blast and it was worth the wait. And then we tried to go running to Tron like everybody else afterwards. And so they said, I don't know, 2 hours, just shy of 2 hours. It was really only an hour. The line moved really fast. So, and they weren't stopping you for the reveal with the frosted glass,
Oh, yeah. You have been digitized.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine. I can see where a lot of people would not be fans of the crowd and noise.
I don't know if they still do it, but we were going for a cruise, and we happened to go down a couple days early. And I don't know if we caused this or we got lucky and they just started afterwards. But and I'm sure because you stay there a lot more than I have. But if you get to Polynesian Beach to watch the fireworks, that's the best place to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like they've done different things. We had the last time, it was 2 or 3 years ago, we stayed at the Polynesian for 4th of July, and we had to have a wristband.
Right. Yep.
To get in everywhere. And frankly, I think I've told this story. I was a little annoyed because Seamus and I had played golf that morning. It was really, really hot. And we just wanted to jump in the pool. And they're like, oh, well, you've got to have, you got to have a wristband. I'm like, well, I've got this magic band. Doesn't that? No, you got to have a different magic band. I'm like, well, why? Like, if this opens that gate, doesn't that mean that I'm staying here? Well, it's for Polynesian guests only. Okay. Just going around in circles here. So then I went to the front desk, stayed in a long line to tell me to go to a different line. And I will say that they it was in writing and something they'd given us on a small piece of paper, but this is why I like checking in, right? I like going to the front desk. I like those extra few minutes. And I like them going, hey, by the way, don't forget to come get your wristband. Otherwise, you can't jump in the pool when you're hot and sweaty after golf.
The last time we were there, we come back from the park, and I wanted to go to Captain Cook's to get something to eat, and I didn't have my magic band on me. They wouldn't let me in Captain Cook's because they were scanning magic bands to see if you were staying there.
Really?
Yeah. They had a sign that said for resort guests only. I'm like, well, it's back at the room. Nope, gotta have a band.
Were you staying there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, and that's why I've never seen them do it, but apparently they won't let you off the monorail sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard that too. It's never happened to me, but I've heard that before.
Which
it goes right past it.
Honestly, that resort is crowded. And I understand why, because we go there every time, whether we're staying there or not.
Well, hell, we had dinner there.
Right. I mean, but out of all the resorts, I've never seen Contemporary where it was so crazy you couldn't get in. Wilderness Lodge always has room, right? And frankly, they'll let you park over there.
Yeah, they will.
Like you can go park there, go into the resort, take the boat over, go to Magic Kingdom and come back. These are the things you get when we're not on schedule, guys. These are the secrets. I don't tell anybody else.
Because my wife says Grand Floridian, you can do a mobile order from Gasparilla's and it'll let you park and go inside and get it too.
Right. Because my daughter says that is the best mac and cheese on property. We did not have it this year, but she left early, so that's on her. We had a big music festival on the beach called Point Break. It's kind of reggae stuff, and she really wanted to go. So she actually flew out on Friday and came home. Okay. And had a blast, but I missed having her there. And then my oldest is in California, so it was a different trip.
And what is she doing in California?
I think, let's see. Oh yeah, she's doing that Pixar internship. Have I not mentioned that?
Maybe once.
I feel like what's his name from Lady and the Tramp. Yes. Did I ever tell you about my kid working at Pixar? Which I need to call him tonight. I haven't heard. I'm not allowed to say a lot of stuff. Like, and they're not divulging, like, there's no big secrets. There's nothing that anyone but me would be interested in. But I'd mentioned something casually they said, and they're like, I don't think you're supposed to say that. So, but it wasn't like a movie secret or anything. It was just a little like kind of thing about what's going on there. But they're in heaven, man. They're just having so much fun.
That's awesome.
And there's 6 storyboard interns. And August said that like they work, the other interns their schedules are much, much lighter. In fact, I think whoever interviewed said that this internship was harder than working at Pixar because they'll give them a project and give them 48 hours where if you worked there, you'd have 2 weeks.
Well, they want to see how they work under pressure, I guess.
Yeah. Or just cramming it all in as fast as you got.
Fast they can. Yeah.
But they love it. I hope they never come home.
Have you listened to Ken Bruce's
yeah, it's great.
Audio? That's awesome.
He does a great job. Mm-hmm. I wish I could put up a graphic real quick. If you have not read, or even if you had, because I'm listening to it and I've read it, Before the Birds Sang Words, Ken reads his own audiobook and he does an amazing job.
Yeah, fantastic job.
Like, I think he could do audiobooks for a living.
Oh, absolutely. He just has that voice and act for it.
But you should really check him out. I mean, he's fascinating anyway. He's funny. He's so self-critical. But
Monday, Tuesday was like the 68th birthday of Tiki Room.
Yeah.
I remember posting it, but I can't remember what day it was.
But you can find him on Facebook under Ken Bruce.
Instagram, Ken Bruce, I know that.
Oh, he stole my picture. That's nice. But that's what we were supposed to be doing tonight, is going to this tiki bar near my house. And we ended up down at the ocean front. And that's why I was late. I'm going to try to have dinner with him when we go to California.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to get in on a Wednesday night, and Thursday's our Magic Kingdom day. So he said if we come out, but if he's there, so I'm going to try to have dinner with him that night and talk to him, because he was such a gracious guest, and I think he'd come back on if we asked him. I thought
absolutely.
About maybe doing it again with him. Now that he's released the audio.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously a very, very smart guy, and I think he's neat. And I enjoyed talking to him. That was a scary interview for me.
Yeah, I was nervous that night too.
Because again, I know it sounds like we've been doing this forever.
No.
But that's going to be a pretty good trip too. We're going to leave on a Wednesday, fly to California. We're going to stay, I think, at the Tropicana is what we landed on.
Oh, that's what you landed on? Okay.
Yep. I like that. And then, so we'll do Disneyland. I may do both parks. I may not, but I want to soak up all of the 75th anniversary stuff to do a video that no one needs because it's already out there. And do all of that. And then we're going to get up early on Friday and take the Coast Starlight train to Emeryville.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay.
About 12 hours, goes along the coast for a while, and then runs up, through the land of milk and honey, kind of Steinbeck, Grapes of Wrath, coming over here, kind of breadbasket area. And then it does do some cool elevation stuff, and then we'll get there. But I mean, the drive up the coast is 12 hours anyway, and there's a lot more you'd see. The regular drive's 8 hours. Like, why? I'll just skip the rental car, do the train.
Yeah.
And then we're going to stay somewhere. I haven't gotten a hotel in California yet, in San Francisco. And then there's, we're going to the Walt Disney Family Museum. I got reservations for Trader Vic's because I've gotten into this tiki stuff that I can't get myself out of. We've been watching a lot of this guy Spike, who I found through Justin Scard.
Yeah.
So he's a big tiki guy, and when we go to Key West next month, we're going to stay in Fort Lauderdale on the way down and go to a place called the Hukilau, which burned down.
Yeah, that place has been there forever.
Yep. I think it opened in the 60s.
Yeah, about to say 60, 62.
And so it burned down, and this guy, it just reopened in like last month.
Yeah, it's fresh, yeah.
So I'm excited. There was a place in Key West called Paco's Hukilau. No, Maikai. I'm sorry. It's called the Maikai, not Hukilau.
Well, isn't there one called the Hukilau, though?
Probably.
In Florida? I think there is.
Because there was one in Key West that was called Paco's Hukilau. But yeah, the Maikai. And they have a Polynesian show.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
But if you check out some videos of that, it looks pretty spectacular. And in fact, that Spike guy I was just talking about, he just did a review of it. But I promise I'm not going to.
Andrew Prince?
What's that?
Andrew Prince is in the house.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming. I texted him to let him know that I was running very, very late. So the things that I would say coming off this trip is all of my food was really, really good. Like everything I think was better. Definitely Ohana was better. By
last time we went, it was marginal.
300%.
That was in October.
Karen says the Hukilau was a
maybe that's why I thought of the Hukilau. She's
was
right.
A chain restaurant.
Yep.
And then we're also going to go when we go to the Swiss Family Museum, the Walt Disney Family Museum. There's the oldest tiki bar in San Francisco. It's called like Trader TRAD apostrophe R Sam's. And so it's kind of a little hole in the wall. And this is all from a guy. I don't drink. So
the atmosphere in those places are awesome.
Like not even like I don't drink regularly. I don't drink at all. No alcohol. So I may end up getting my daughter sloshed so she can give me good reviews on things. But yeah, but my complaints with Ohana, besides it being ridiculously expensive, is that the only now they do have a new chicken recipe. This is how you know you're going to Disney too much, when you start noticing recipes changing. They've made it like a mango glaze, and it's really good, delicious. But the shrimp used to be peel and eat. I mean, sorry,
this is grilled shrimp.
Grilled shrimp.
Grilled, now it's peel and eat. Yep.
Now it's peel and eat, and I think that's a mistake. And the steak last time we had was really tough.
Take the steak off the menu. If last two times we had it wasn't good. I don't think we touched it last time.
It was so good this time.
Really?
It was delicious. Medium rare. It was perfect.
I'm assuming cousin was there playing his ukulele.
Yep. And he actually, we were kind of late there. That bread pudding is ridiculous.
Best thing they got.
We were kind of lingering, and we had a 9:30 reservation. So he came over to the table and just chatted for a while, which was really cool. And then I was kicking myself for not getting a picture with him. But he's such
he's such a great guy. We took my parents one year to Ohana for their 50th, and we had a late reservation, saw the fireworks and all, and he came by and talked to my parents several times. Wow, 50 years. He was excited about it, and talked to my dad for a while. They were about the same age. They were talking about when they were growing up and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool just to have him kind of linger in our area. I feel like that time it was kind of personable, but it feels like sometimes they get you in. They want, and I get it. It's a business to try and get as many people in and out as they can. But sometimes it feels like it's a little too rushed.
Well, that's what I was going to say is the balance that they have to do has got to be hard. And I can empathize having run restaurants and businesses, and I get it. So, but the real microcosm example that I always use is I was on the board of directors for this church camp, right? I'd worked there as a kid, great place, just love it. And the ministry and the mission there is so important, right? It's so cool. And so on the board, you're making business decisions. And the problem is that if you don't have the business decisions, then you don't have the kids, the camp.
Right.
And you need both to work in a symbiotic relationship. And sometimes you have to make decisions that don't feel happy, joy. A lot of them are difficult. And you've got to increase revenue. You've got to figure out how to maximize that revenue in order to do all the fun stuff. But I fear what happens is people get really rewarded, especially in corporate America, by, shaving, either making a little more money or shaving money off. And Disney seems like, as an outsider, that it must be very difficult to run that way, because you are touching people's emotions and their childhoods, and you've got it cradled like a baby bird in your hands. And if the revenues go down, and then you have this fiduciary responsibility where it's the law that you have to make sure this company makes money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't envy them. But I do feel like rather than there being a real balance, I keep trying to do hand gestures. I don't know why. No, I can't see them. And they look stupid when I bring them up.
I did it too.
It feels like it keeps swinging back and forth. Like 2 months with Communicore Hall and just a poor decision, but hey, we're out of money. We got to do something. To the other side where, you build that Haunted Mansion themed lounge on, on the treasure. And what I'm hoping, Karen mentioned it earlier, is that I'm really hoping that I don't think the Floridian is going to qualify for that. Is I'd like to see the Pirate Lounge become that well themed. I don't care if I don't get in for a year, right? I don't care if it's backed up forever. Like I tried to get into that Geo 82 lounge, and that's nothing more than just a pretty lounge. I think it's awesome. Right. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like, the chandeliers come down and fireworks shoots out of them or something, It's just a lounge. But I really hope they do the Pirate Lounge with something amazing. And we'll see.
Speaking of the pirate area, did Tortuga ever open back up?
So there were people in there. I've never been in that building.
I haven't either. We ate at Pecos Bill in April, and we had to eat. We had to get a table out by 2:20. It was still closed, and it was supposed to have opened, but it was still closed. I've never heard anything more about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm answering.
Very good.
Yeah, I've never been in there. I've never seen the menu. I've never set foot inside there. Does it connect to Pecos Bills?
Yes. Well, outside area. If you go to the
but
far,
not inside.
No, if you go inside and go all the way to the back of Pecos Bills to the seating area, and where the registers are is right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've never ever eaten there. Well, and Yeah, I agree, Karen. I think it was made as a multifunction space, but it doesn't seem well imagineered. It's kind of like
The whole area
when
doesn't seem real imagineered.
it it's odd. Like I had thought, I'd read that they were thinking about doing a lot more festival stuff in that little green space in the middle where Walt's statue is, where they might have a couple booths in there or some of the food things or whatever.
No, when we went to Food and Wine last year, they had like I think one or two booths inside of there, and the rest of it was all seating, which was okay, nice, but it was still nice outside. It wasn't like it was hot then. But then you went outside and they had a couple more restaurant areas, and then it was the Encanto show.
I mean, they
I'm
have
like,
that show with the girls who spin around on the metal thing, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure what. And maybe
I'm
it's
like you. Ran out of money. Let's just throw this together.
And sometimes you have to.
As we know, they're concept drawings, but nothing of that concept drawing came to fruition. I feel like
no, and that happens. I mean, that's getting back to the Polynesian. I mean, aside from destroying the original lobby, just to make sure I mention it every show, I do think they should have done something to make the pool bigger. Like, even if they had to put it on the other side of the building, something. Like I would have, because I do want to stay in the new tower. And even though I think it looks kind of bland from the outside, I think it's very pretty. And it's a great view and a great location. I don't hate it. I wouldn't have done it that way, but I don't hate it. But I'm thinking if I go, I want a room on the other side. I want to watch the monorails and the golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's spectacular over there.
Mm-hmm.
And probably save me a couple nickels.
Yeah, because you want to have a resort or lake view. You just have a parking lot view.
That's right. So, I don't know. I mean, the DJ area with the grass makes sense. Right now they're doing an Encanto show. Mm-hmm. And Karen's right. Concept art is not planned. That's true.
That's true.
But I think that's why, last time they went and did a lot less blue sky, yeah. Which I don't mind. I love to dream and play and have fun, but I, having stayed at the Polynesian a few times, I realize that there is a pool problem there, right? It's hard to get a chair. It's warm because it's so shallow, but that's all Disney pools because it's a bazillion degrees. But I mean, it's not the greatest pool experience because if you think you're going to sit by the pool and enjoy yourself, probably not going to happen.
Nope.
And now the other pool is smaller. Now, I really haven't seen many people in it, but it is interesting. I will tell you this, and then I got to go. But I know I'm late, leaving early. I saw a reel today of some Disney vlogger who they were. Oh gosh, where were they? They're at the Polynesian. They're at the new pool in the tower, and they sat out there and they were doing some work. They had their laptops out. They got in the pool and were there for a while. Came back and somebody was sitting at their table eating and had moved all their stuff.
Oh, nice.
And then proceeded to tell them that it was a Disney rule that there were only 30 minutes. If you leave more than 30 minutes, your stuff can't stay. I might have been in the newspaper if that had happened to me. I listened to his story and I'm like,
I'm about to look that one up now.
It was unreal. And look, I am going to try to find a way to make fun of people who stop in the middle of the roadway.
Oh God,
a kind way to do it.
That's my biggest pet peeve in life is to get out of the walkway.
I just haven't thought of a nice way to say it yet.
So start playing Ludacris and they'll move out the way.
But I try to be a choose the good kind of guy. And we had a great trip. We had a lot of fun. Cool. 2 thumbs up for Disney. Highly recommend you check it out. You've never been.
Small place in Florida. You need to check it out.
Hey, you know what I got a lot of? I was wearing our shirt that says "Line is the ride."
Right.
I got a lot of comments on that.
Cool.
I know where you can get one, but not quite yet. I need to move that over to another store because they won't. Fourth Wall, who I really love, just won't print them. Won't print the word Disney. And Andrew, I have yours still sitting right over here. If only there was someone who would help me mail some stuff.
Anybody.
Again,
Lou does all his stuff through TeePublic. I wonder if they would do it.
Well, I started to look at that the other day, but he uses Fourth Wall as well.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I picked them. And they printed me the concept one, and then Andrew ordered one and they wouldn't do it. And then I tried somewhere else and I tried Zazzle because they have some licensed stuff and they wouldn't do it, but I found someone else who will.
That's cool.
So I printed up Andrew's. I just got to mail it, but I've been a little busy. It's been a weird, but now that I'm thinking about, as you say that, I'm kind of curious about, his is WDW, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing, doesn't use the word Disney. Oh, no, he's got one here. Cruise on the Disney Treasure.
Yeah. I understand it. It's an actual last name. How can you?
Well, I could understand.
You're not saying Walt Disney. You're saying Disney.
Well, I mean, but if you write a book like How to Save Money at Disney, can you not print that book? I don't know. I don't want to make anybody mad either. But
How to Save Money for and at Walt Disney World. It's been done.
Yep. Yep. So I need to switch that over. Maybe I'll make that my goal by next week. But if you and Karen, I need your shirt size because you definitely won the correcting my yeah, you've never heard of this rule, Karen, because it doesn't exist. It's not a real rule. There's no such rule. Now look, if you put one of these people that goes down at 7 a.m, puts a towel down, doesn't come back till noon,
that's a little different.
Your stuff's gone.
Move it.
But if you're in the pool, at the pool, go to grab a sandwich. Yeah. That's not very Disney. Andrew, how's that YouTube channel coming?
I got a video of the truck. I'm still editing it. I want it to be real good. That'll go up. I've since I named the truck Big Al years ago, I've got some emblems and stuff I want to show before I put it. I'm going to have it painted in July, and then.
Oh, did it start?
Huh?
Did it start?
We're doing that this weekend.
Okay.
My brother's coming over. We're going to get it running. I want to do the start up video for that, and I got to clean my messy garage up first. I'm a little too perfectionist when it comes to that. There's tools and stuff everywhere.
I curate everything in this box, and then everything else is just a disaster, like a hoarder's nest. It's terrible.
I got you. But I'm getting more comfortable. I've been doing some test runs with the camera and trying to get more not so uptight about what I'm doing, just going with the flow and letting it ride. So we're going August. I'm going to record a lot. So.
And that's what you got to do. My kid said it, and it's hard when you're doing a family trip because Seamus was just like, you got to record everything because you never know when the comedy gold is going to strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because I want to be invisible. I don't want to be one of those guys, with a camera in your face ruining somebody's vacation. So I get a little shy talking about things in front of people, and it's hard. It's not as easy as it looks. So
no.
Well,
still trying to figure out if I can go to Momentum, so I'm trying to figure out those dates and making sure I got enough coverage. So I think that'll help me out too if I go there.
Yes, it will. You will come home. I did more in the 2 months after Momentum than I did the whole year before. Like, it's so motivating, and then you got some support team, and it's awesome. Right. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to being there again. Well, I'm just going to shut her down. Thanks for coming. Karen, thanks for hanging around. Andrew, Caleb, always a pleasure to see you guys. And then What are we doing next week? Are we on Tuesday next week?
Tell me.
I'm going to right now. I think we can. Yeah, let's do next Tuesday.
Cool. Perfect. Sounds like it.
Back to the regularly scheduled bat time. And then, yeah, hit all the socials, follow, like, should say, throw some comments on these posts just so I have someone to talk to during the week besides my poor wife, because she gets tired of it. But I do appreciate it, you guys showing up every week, and thank you for coming, and thanks for listening. And
yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
I'll try to get some shirts out. Andrew, I'll try to mail yours. And if you'd like something on the front, Karen, give me your shirt size, DM me. And if you want a different Disney quote than "The line is the ride" on the front of your shirt, let me know, and I'll I'll at least promise to get it in the mail, and then I'll do the best I can. But thanks for listening. And I'm going to start pushing this newsletter. So if you go to butmostlydisney.com, and down at the bottom there's a link to click, and I promise it'll be once a week at the most. I think I've gone 3 weeks without one. I put one out today. But subscribe for me. I want to see how that works, and I'll run some contests and do some fun stuff in there. So anyway, have a great evening. Thanks for coming.
Good night. See you.
See you real soon.